Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I've been using a Canon GL2 connected to a Mac Mini to broadcast my live video feed at live.pirillo.com, courtesy of ustream.tv. It's been tapped out at approximately 23 frames per second, plus I lose even more frames since I happen to use software that allows me to bring in other elements like the live chat and the topic and the date and all the fun, fancy stuff that everybody wants to know, how I do it. And I say I use CamTwist, a free program that's only available for Mac OS X. I really didn't see a need to get a different camera. However, I am using a different camera now. It is also a Canon. However, it's the Vixia HV30. It's not brand new. I did, however, get it for a pretty good discount when I bought it on Amazon.com. So if you're thinking about picking one up, before you do, make sure you check the prices on the web, certainly, and then, of course, talk to me about getting a coupon. I may be able to save you more money, no matter what kind of camcorder you're looking on picking up. So the reason why I went with the Vixia HV30 is because it still connects by FireWire, DV, digital video. And the reason why I wanted that is so that I could use it as a webcam, either as I'm using it right now on Ustream.tv, or if I happen to use Flash Media Encoder on Windows, I could potentially use this as an HD video broadcast. I'm not at that point yet, but certainly I'll be able to move up to that. When I'm able to, and when I can find the software that's going to allow me to do everything that I want it to do. So this is, for all intents and purposes, probably looking about the same that as most of my videos have. I am using a wide-angle lens at this point, so I am able to get closer and to me, and then bring in more things that are around me. I've also adjusted the color best I could, and I had to use a combination of not just what was on the hardware, but also in software using CamTwist to adjust brightness and contrast and vibrance and what have you. That's one issue that I've had with the HV30 to this point, is that there's not a lot of granular control. I could not make, no matter, even if I set it on custom and right now it's in program mode, I could not make the image bright enough. And it was easy to set white balance. That was set. It was very light. It's very lightweight, extremely lightweight. I could not believe it. I mean, this is an exact, well, maybe that is like the real size of it, just about. I don't know if that is actual size. Don't take me as an advertisement. But the wide angle lens that I have attached to it probably doubled the weight of the camera. It definitely gets front heavy when you put the wide angle lens on. But once you start having a camera in operation with a wide angle lens, it's very difficult not to have a wide angle lens, especially this close. And I've only got it about maybe about, I'm really bad at measurements. 6 feet away from me right now, and of course the microphone is actually a USB mic that's connected to the same computer. So it does record on tape, mini DV. It does potentially send out a signal that it's not doing right now, but it potentially will send out an HD signal. It connects by HDMI, by FireWire. It's also got, I believe, some component cables that it came with, although I'm not using that to stream out. Although it may be worth a shot to see if I get better frame rates by doing that. May still be limited by FireWire and then using CamTwist. It's doing some weird stuff. I've tried the latest version and it was even worse, so I had to go back to CamTwist 1.7. So I am very happy now that I have this. I'm going to be using my Canon GL2 if I decide to keep it. I may decide to sell it. But if I do decide to keep it, and I have every reason to, it's likely to be over here. You can't really see it, but it's just off that camera, but it's still a camera, and I may be connecting that one to the HP TouchSmart PC if I do want to record a quick HD broadcast, or recording or what have you. Then I have it set and ready to go with the software and the hardware and the operating system. Unfortunately, a Flash or Macromedia or Adobe has not seen fit to create the Flash Media Encoder for Mac OS X, so you have to run it on Windows. Not a big deal, because I have Windows and Mac OS X and various flavors of Linux throughout my house. Not a huge deal. I do have the option, certainly, of going HD with this camera. The GL2, television quality, not exactly HD. Some people were saying, well, the GL2 was better. It's in the eye of the beholder, quite honestly. I've done the best I could tweaking the color and the settings for this particular camera connected to that particular computer. And I think, in doing comparisons to the videos that I recently recording, I'm actually coming out a little more natural now. The colors that are in this particular camera are a lot more natural than they were on the GL2 when I tweaked it. So it's never going to be perfect. It's never you try to get as close to ideal as you can, and certainly the HV30 was a good deal for me. Hang on just a second. The reason why I didn't get hard drive driven, hard drive storage, hard drive capable, hard drive digital camera with a hard drive in it instead of tape, because most of those camcorders, like the one I just sold so that I could buy the HV30, I just sold the Sony HDR SR1, it didn't have FireWire, so I couldn't mount it or bring it up as a webcam with any degree of ease. And so I wanted to use the digital video camera as a webcam of sorts. The only way to do that really is using FireWire. So I had to go with an older model of the Canon video series, and it happens to be the HV30. So I could push out 30 frames a second progressive. It's also got a cinema mode. That's a 24 progressive. It's got the flip out, LCD screen, not touch screen like the some that I have used, but it's not a big deal. Honestly, I don't interact with the camera much beyond using the little remote control to zoom in and out when I need to, and I will be able to. I'll be able to zoom in, and you should be able to see things up close just fine as you could with the Canon GL2. And I'm guessing that if you don't watch this video, you probably have no idea that I switched cameras. People were swearing up and down, oh, it's worse, no, it's better, no, it's worse, no, it's better. Still going to be some tweaking to do, but hopefully I've got it good enough for YouTube at this point. And stick with me. You watch all the videos I've done, and they all kind of look different depending on my light and how I had the camera set up and the angle and all these things. But I'm doing the best that I can. Certainly, I'm pretty happy with the decision. We'll likely keep it now that I have gotten rid of a camera that I wasn't really using that often. I'll be able to make use of both these cameras. Now, if you do want to make a bid on the Canon GL2, it's fine. It never gets any use other than using it as a webcam. I used it for a while with tapes, but apparently the tape drive's broken. It still retails even used for a very, well, I guess it wasn't retail used. On the used market, it's still quite pricey, but if you make a competitive bid, much like someone did on Twitter for my former or recently used Sony digital video camera, I may be following up with you and potentially closing that loop. Because I would probably appreciate having two of the same video camera rather than just one, not only for color and clarity if I wanted to use two cameras, but also just having more equipment lying around that can interoperate with the same video camera. So if you are looking, $10 is not going to happen at Aeroglass. If you're looking to pick up a Canon GL2 used, but not really more than just streaming out live video, drop me a line. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. I'd be interested in your thoughts on digital video cameras. Maybe you've been using the HV30. You've got some tips to pass along. You can just contact me for just about any reason. And then, of course, you're also welcome to stop by our community website, geeks.pirillo.com, where you're going to find all sorts of fun and wacky banter flying about. And we're typically talking tech, much like we are in the chat room. And you never really know what's going to happen. Sometimes I pretend like I'm getting phone calls from people, and that really freaked him out earlier tonight. It was a lot of fun. I know. I like having fun, though. I mean, if I had this live video feed and I couldn't have fun with it, what's the point of doing live video if you can't have fun? You know what I'm saying? So if you'd like to have fun with us, as I said, we're typically talking tech 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in this chat room at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.